to this extraordinary breaking news story. President Biden saying at a campaign event that Israel is starting to lose support around the world because of what he said is indiscriminate bombing, and that Netanyahu, the prime minister, has to change his government. Former Delta Force commander and strong and courageous author, Lieutenant General Jerry Boykin, joins me now. General, in the 75 years of Israel's history, I have never heard a U.S. president call for a change in the Israeli government. Have you?
No, I haven't, and unless it's behind closed doors, there hasn't been one. And we've got to think in terms of the damage that this has done. This at a time when the people need to be rallied around their leader. Our president just kind of indicated that he was not happy with him. He didn't think that he could do the job and that he ought to be replaced. And I think that's a terrible thing to do at this point in this war.
I have to emphasize, we don't know whether that's what he meant. I hate to say it, but we have a president who has misspoke on several occasions, many times. He may have meant perhaps there should be a shuffling of Netanyahu's cabinet without Netanyahu himself leaving. But even that is unprecedented. And his comment that Israel is engaged in indiscriminate bombing. Now, I understand too many civilians have died in this war against Hamas. It happens in wartime. It's awful. But I don't think Israel's been involved in these indiscriminate bombings that the president's been talking about. Again, we have to really focus on specifically what he was saying and whether he misspoke. But the indiscriminate bombing is going to get a lot of criticism as well.
It will, and that's exactly why the Israelis are very careful not to bomb a target that has civilians in it or go after infrastructure that might ultimately kill innocent civilians there too. But I think that this is something they pulled out of the air. Show me the proof. Show me the proof, and you can't. That's the truth.
Well, what happens now, General, in particular with regard to Israel's campaign against Hamas? It seemed that they were making great gains in undermining its political authority in Gaza. Does that come to an end now, or do they go in defiance of what President Biden just said?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about what President Biden said, and you may be right. But I don't think that it was phrased very well in terms of what he said there. And listen, let me go back to this collateral damage. I have lived with the Israelis. I have watched them. I've watched them fight. And I have seen the lengths that they go to prevent collateral damage. It still happens. But they are so sensitive about collateral damage and about what the world media is going to say about them that they go to great lengths. And I'm very disappointed in what has been said here with regards to Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, they are now depending on Congress, and that's a big depend, because we don't know whether Congress will work these things out. But you've got three measures in a bill that's pending: one dealing with money to Israel, another with money to the Ukraine, and of course very contentious money going to our own U.S. border. So what happens now? I mean, Israel really is dependent on these new funds from the U.S. Quickly, we only have about 10 seconds.
What happens now is we give them what they need, and the Congress is going to have to make some hard decisions after that.
Absolutely. General Boykin, we appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much.